Yep.
Why multifamily? Why should somebody starting out get into multifamily, and why are you so heavily invested into it?
Yeah, great question. So I can't find a better risk return profile. So when I look at so let's assume that I wanted to be in real estate, and it sounds like you're buying industrial single tenant facilities. See, that scares the hell out of me. Why? Because I'm either doing really well or I'm doing really bad. I don't like that binary thing. That I just don't like that. So I can make a case for office being weak. Obviously, it is right now. I can make a case for retail being weak, self-storage, although everybody thinks nobody gets rid of their junk, but they could if they had to. Self-storage could be weak. I can't figure out how to make it so that people don't need a place to live. Yeah, I have this underlying, you can't really use the word safe in our world, but it's a relatively low risk. So it's the lowest risk asset class that I can find in real estate, while also giving me this wildly diverse set of income, right? I've got 100 people paying me rent. They probably don't all work for the same employer, right? They have a bunch of different employers, a bunch of different industries. And see, now what you see me do, this is the risk averse side of me, trying to mitigate every single risk that I can. So if you look at our track record, you'll see it's not uncommon for us to earn 15, 20, 25, 30, 35% annual returns. Why? I mean, if you can do that at a relatively low risk, why wouldn't you do that? Right. And we've gotten really good at it. And so the other thing that I've learned in life is when you figure out how to be really good at something, you should stick with it, because you're only going to get better. And your niche, right? I'm niche. That's my niche. We know how to manage our own stuff. We run it very efficiently. And for me to jump into the space that you're in, I would have to learn a lot. And why do I want to do that with somebody else's money? That's to me, that's just not cool. You should learn on your own money. And then when you're done and you pretty much have a handle on it, then you can go ask other people for money. So we just stay in our lane. And that's why we do it. Because I'm risk averse. That's why.
Yeah. Well, I think it's important. It's very important. Like in the beginning, it's okay, I think, to try out different things and learn what you like, and maybe buy an office property, and then maybe buy a multifamily, and then maybe buy industrial. But like you said, you don't want to do that other people's dime. You don't want to learn on other people's dime. So you want to try to do that. We recommend people getting with a mentor or a partner where they can get a little bit of equity for the deal, but learn all these things. But once you do get into that, figure out what you want to buy and then double down on it. Like multifamily for us, industrial. And, you know, I did multifamily brokerage for a good while before I joined this firm. And it was just such a pain. And I know, but I do understand fully like the attractiveness of that. Like you have 100 units, and even if 15 people decide to vacate, I mean, you still got 85 more units and they're all paying you rent. And so it's like, you're likely not going to be having to come out of pocket. Whereas like we were talking about earlier, that industrial deal, it's one space, it's pretty big. And if they move, then we're screwed unless we plan for it, which we will plan for. But the firm we're at now is kind of they're wanting to buy small bay flex is what we call it. So, you know, it might be a 10,000 square foot building with 10 units at 1,000 feet. And the idea behind that is, you know, every business starting out could have 1,000 square feet need, and you can fill that pretty easily. And if someone leaves, you can backfill it very easily, and you can charge more and stuff like that. So we definitely are not targeting single tenant buildings, because I don't like them for the same reason you do. If we could get multi-tenant, it'd be better. But multifamily is definitely attractive. I think everybody, like you said, everybody needs a place to live, and that's not going to change anytime soon. And it's the most affordable. Not everybody can afford a house. Not everybody can afford to rent a house. So, you know, there'll always be that tier of people who need to live in an apartment.
And I will also just add this. With some of the properties that they're building now, there's no chance they're resorts. I mean, have you been to some of these properties?
I lived in one.
They are absolute resorts, gorgeous fitness centers, outdoor kitchen, outdoor TV, pool. I mean, it just keeps going and going. And there's no way you could create that experience in a single family home. You'd have to be rich to do it. So 100%. It's actually becoming a lifestyle more. It's not just because, I mean, if they're doing a lot of the build to rent stuff now. I don't like the straight build to rent, but I love the build to rent if they build in some amenities, because now you have the single family feel and you have the amenities, you have your privacy. I mean, it just rocks. So I think it's going to continue to become a lifestyle.
Yeah.